The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned.
Recently, that's just new to the manga, which means that it's happening long into the future of the actual show. And it was at a place where I was surprised to see that they were still doing that sort of thing. So whatever they're doing now, it's going to be a while, as expected.
I think one of the first mangas I ever read was either Vampire Hunter D or Oh My Goddess. I don't remember which one was first.
They're pretty similar.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Nice. That was another one I read too.
I got all of the series at one point, minus the first
I've ever
book.
read a manga.
You read Rurouni Kenshin or Samurai X?
I do remember
Rurouni Kenshin.
when I stayed with a friend, I did read a lot of One Piece actually.
Samurai X
a bunch of
is...
them.
Sounds like a pretty cool friend.
I stayed there for like a weekend, but then like I moved away and we fell out of contact, and I don't know. I can't remember any of it really either.
My first manga that I read was We're Live.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it. Of course. Hi everyone. Hello.
Because we're very late.
We are very late.
Yeah, we are.
If you are hearing sounds in the background, that is Sirenscape. They're super cool.
I had the app open and it says nothing's playing.
Okay, let me restart it.
I remember that.
It's super cool. It's $22 every other month for all of their fantasy, sci-fi, and board game sound sets. They have unique sound sets for a bunch of the different campaigns, including like the Avernus campaign, Dragon Heist. They also have Pathfinder specific ones and Starfinder specific ones. So keep an eye out for that. That's pretty cool. And does anybody want to recap what the hell happened last time?
Not it.
I could just do what Aya does, make everybody roll a d6.
Oh god.
Do it.
No.
Do it. It'll be funny this way.
What happens
Do
to
it.
someone if they get rolled and they don't have good notes?
Um,
Do they get punished?
everyone
we'll figure it
everyone
out.
points in last. I'm kidding.
No.
That's never what happens. Usually I pick somebody and they have no idea what the hell's going on. So won't be the first or last time this happens on this Twitch channel.
Exactly, Kat.
Okay. So, just to make life easier, the
I got a 1.
recap. So Scott, what happened last time?
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, I think Dice told me I have to.
Nobody else rolled.
Last time we had a time skip where it was 6 months. Is that what it
Yes.
2 to 6.
No, it was 6.
It was 6 months.
was? Where
I didn't remember.
after Del Diablo's barriers broke down, and we all went over what we were all doing to help. And Gruk was spending most of the time working on his staff, because shocker, that's what he's been doing for like the last in-game few months before that. And
Yeah.
and he would like every once in a while just come in and do like a high-level druid AoE spell, and then go back to work. I think Demona and the rest of the demon dogs were doing what mercs do, and being sent to wherever they needed to go to help out. Onyx was probably like Onyx Smash.
Oh, that's right. Onyx created a penal colony.
I
Yeah.
was about to say no.
She
Hera
broke
created
apart
a
a penal
penal
colony, made
colony.
a suicide squad.
Oh, that's
party.
right. Yeah, the Suicide Squad. So you busted out a big prison.
We're not calling it the penal colony. We're calling it the suicide squad.
No, it's
Here
the
we go.
penal
No,
battalion.
no.
Yeah, you
The Suicide Squad.
you busted out a bunch of criminals, the ones that were bad enough that they didn't even bother trying to relocate them somewhere else. They just left them there to get killed by warfare.
And I believe the phrase is willing volunteers, right?
And Onyx was like, "I'm gonna kill you
They
if you
were
don't join
being
me."
volunteered.
Willing volunteers, like I said.
What was Passion to?
Being a piece of shit to the BBEG.
No.
Besides
you're
that,
just
did you
being
do
a
anything
piece of
else?
shit.
Because that would be like
She also-
1 day thing, and it's been
She
6
also
months.
No.
found.
That was Scotty. That was every day.
Do the bad guys have a nickname for her?
She
Because
also
on the
found
battlefield,
MacGuffin.
Oh, she did find MacGuffin.
Yeah, he did also find the MacGuffin. Told no one of this, by the way. Nobody knows Passion's got the MacGuffin yet.
And last but not least, no offense, but I do not remember anything Cyberus did. Like at
He's
all.
the most important because he can close phrase and cure corruption. So that was the majority of what he was doing.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he got the chef feat by experimenting with different types of food that could be helpful in the situation.
Nice.
Which I have to remember that I can do that now.
Yes. Remember, every rest will be very important for you. But yeah, I think that sums up pretty much everything we did. Then we got a mission from
Oh,
who was it?
I believe it
Demona's
was.
boss.
No, it was Walking Nirvana.
Was
it
it
was one of
Walking
the
Nirvana?
It was Walking Nirvana that's relaying all the messages.
We did find out that the corruption that walks is the name of the enemy commander, and he may be a Neverborn.
Curious Sage is the one feeding tactics to everyone through Walking Nirvana.
Okay. And they wanted our group to we finally found an opening where we could get onto one of the Black Fleet ships. And we're trying to take it so we can get closer to the big bad, the actual big bad. Because every time we destroy a ship, like 2 more come out or something.
So, slight difference there. So, recap: the Black Fleet are these absolutely massive, colossal, literal, old-fashioned sailing ships that look like they're made completely of black sails, black wood, black everything, and are crewed by all manner of corrupted, terrifying beasts that do not look remotely mortal. Up until now, Del Diablo has been able to keep these ships from pretty much leaving the vicinity of Del Diablo and the area around Del Diablo called the Degradation Zone. That's the sort of expanding area where that corruption is still flowing out of the eye now, unhindered by the wards. And up until now, they've been able to keep them from going past that Degradation Zone. But at this point, there is a ship that is broken free and is heading for it. So they have asked the group of you to try and get there and get it down, stop it before it can get there. For some of you, it is definitely more important to make sure that you do not let that thing get past the degradation line, because you know that anybody who has more than 7 or more layers, if they go past that line, they will instantly frag out, and there is no coming back from that as far as you guys know. So those who have 7 or more layers, I believe, is just Demona and Gruk at the moment. Or did Cyberus get up to his 7 as well?
Gruk's actually down to 4.
Cyberus still only has 5. We talked about getting another one, but we didn't do it yet.
Okay.
I forgot.
Oh yeah, and Gruk finished his staff finally. So
yes.
Could probably smack you guys around a little bit, give you a couple extra layers.
I'll stick with what I got for now.
So, you know that you have this ship to track down and destroy. From what you know of these ships, you know that they do have weapons on them, but it's kind of unclear exactly what the source of a lot of their weaponry is. The ships, oftentimes, whenever they show up, various like unexplained explosions of corruption will occur localized around it. It's believed that it's caused by the ships, but there's no visible like cannon or spellcaster that's causing it. And most of these ships, the handful that have been destroyed, not long after they actually hit ground, they dissolve into just a mess of corrupted energy that is not really searchable. So, I believe Demona has a means of getting to it with one of her helicopters. Do you guys want to plan anything before you head out for it?
Ironically, I only recently learned the origin of the name for Pequod.
Ooh. What might that be?
Have you ever read Moby? Wow. brain.
Oh.
Really? We're being streamed here. You ever read Moby Dick?
On occasion.
Based off the same ship Ahab had.
Mm,
And that was based off an indigenous Indian tribe, I believe. I have to read the book to catch up. But anyways, I'm sorry to interject with that.
You're fine. It's just funny that that's like the second time Moby Dick has come up in, well, that was a couple sessions ago in Baltimore by Night. Anyway.
I have a question for Passion. Do you give temp hit points to people every day? Is that something?
Yes, that I do.
How much? How many of them? What's the number? Up to?
How many people or how many temp HP?
What's the temp hit points? Because the chef thing gives temp hit points, and I don't think it's as much. It was 10 last time I checked.
Check. Pulling it up right.
I don't know, but I don't know if it's like level based. It's because a chef feed only gives.
yeah, do you give each of us a treat?
Yeah, it gives you bonus hit points. Temp hit points equal to 6.
My temp HP. I'm scrolling down. Sorry, I have a lot of shit.
I think
11.
So it's 11 now.
Everyone,
and is
it's 11 temp HP.
Oh, an important thing since the last episode, because it technically when it came up last episode, we all are now 17 level.
Yes. Luke, the cool thing about that is I believe passions can only be given like once per day at the start of a day.
Mhm.
Yours,
Long
the
or
chef
short
feat-
rest.
Oh, okay. Can be done with a long or short rest as well.
The food does last 8 hours, so you can eat it once you need it later.
Oh,
So-
that's the thing that you could do. So if she gives hers in the morning, you could prepare the treats and people can just hold on to them. And once the 10 hit points that Passion gives them are used,
Are they shaped like dog treats?
you can gain the others.
No, they're actually shaped like devil fruit,
Fuck is
like
devil
little
fruit?
rolls, like little designs on them.
Look up
Customized for
Devil
each person.
Fruit One Piece.
But it's bread with like hearty foods in it inside. Sort of like a kolache, if you've ever had a kolache.
I know exactly what a kolache is. Really fucking good.
It's basically a tasty roll that has food in it.
Okay.
Within 30 minutes of the first episode, we've had people Googling, 6 different things so far?
Yeah.
That's a new record.
New record.
Anyway, okay, so Cyberus hands those out to everybody and says, eat them when you need them.
Okay.
So
What do your treats look like? I'm sorry.
Devil fruit.
he just said that's what
Mm,
they look like.
But they're customized to each person.
I was hoping it'd be toast. Then I could make a good berry and just like make it jam and just.
You could spread jam on the outside. You'd get messy.
Why would you put fruit jam on fruit?
It's bread that looks like fruit.
Okay. There you go.
So any other plans that you guys want to make?
I am
How do you want to get there?
looking right now to see if I'm gonna do something. Of course, the 2 super cool 9th level spells that I can get both consume a lot of JP in material.
Well, you do have a significant wealth to you.
Yeah, but it's not something I want to spend unless I know I'm gonna use it, you know?
Mhm.
I don't think I have any preparation to make. I think I have everything I need.
Same.
I think I'm good.
Onyx has her.
Unless we get a bag of
Onyx has
holding
a
full of
fist,
grenades.
That's all she needs.
I've got my Eldritch Blast, which yeets people across fucking squares.
What do we know about our target?
Onyx does some push downs.
He really doesn't like being shot by Eldritch Blasts.
Do we think the commander's on this ship?
In case you're wondering what push downs are, Onyx when she doesn't do push ups, she does push downs because
She pushes the earth down.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you don't think the main general is going to be on there, but you also know that he tends to move around quite a bit. He seems to have the ability to teleport pretty frequently.
So he could
This
show up.
particular one, He could, but he tends to stay close to the city and close to the eye. This particular ship, let's see what intel they might have on it.
If they've brought the ships down before, we'd also get intel about like the layout. That'd be useful.
I mean,
yeah. So the ships that most of the times that the ships have been brought down, they do it without boarding. They do it externally by like large scale weapons, that sort of thing. And when a ship crashes, within less than 5 minutes of it hitting the ground, it dissolves into wasted mass and energy, this like gray goop that's sort of left over. The little bit of what you guys have seen on them is that that they look like really, really large old-fashioned ships, so there's a good chance that they might look similar inside. So like you know that obviously historically those sort of ships have like 2 to 3 decks. The first deck is going to have like the general where everyone is and like a captain's quarters effectively. But that's not, it's unclear how much of that is going to stay the same because you don't know how these creatures are, what their what their natures are. I'll say of the handful of creatures that have been like captured since the start of all of this, you guys know that they don't need to eat and sleep in the same way that you guys do. They do seem like they require some kind of rest, usually just because they kind of just sit there and don't do stuff for certain parts of the day. But they're very much not bound by a lot of the same things that you guys have, so they're not necessarily going to need a kitchen or beds or anything like that,
or room for
activities.
Can we tell what's keeping it aloft? Just some sort of
magic.
Can we tell if the sails are used for propulsion or maneuverability?
I'll say that it does seem like if the sails are destroyed, the ship does have, it is slowed down. It's not completely destroyed once the sails are gone. So it seems as if the sails are used more as propulsion than as something keeping it aloft.
Okay. And we want to destroy it or capture it? This is for the group. What do you guys think?
I think it would be better if we have one of these intact.
Capture it if we can, destroy it if we must.
Sounds good. We need to find the brain and turn it off.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
let's go.
So Gruk has a few things. One, you'll notice that his skin glistens almost with like a pearlescent sheen. This is his new layers of corruption that he got from the staff. Every time he takes a step, you notice that on the ground there is a perfect footprint of his. It's like glowing cyan blue. And it lasts for an hour. And also the like arm that's like Rayman, that's like detached but still floating there.
Oh, I remember that. So not a lot of stealth missions for you.
I don't have to be in this form for stealth.
Technically, if you're flying, you won't need footprints.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go. We get an airdrop like last time, or come up from like below? We could all get inside of a rocket and launch ourselves onto the ship.
We can do the catapult strategy.
Yeah, the trebuchet.
Yeah.
I could turn everybody.
Everyone gets into a trebuchet, and then we launch ourselves onto a ship.
Wait a minute.
They'll never see it coming because we're moving too slow for their shields to stop us.
Not a thing in this one.
It's in a bunch of things, but not this. So what's the plan? Helicopter?
Yeah, Mass Effect, for example.
I could
Stargate?
turn everybody into aerodactyls so we could fly down. if we
Oh,
didn't
that'd
want to
be
use
cool.
stealth.
But only the first one actually respects the lore in the combat too.
I'd be interested in being a giant animal.
Do we not still have the jetpacks from last time, or were those confiscated?
I kept mine.
You have the jetpacks, but you would be going very far. So a reminder, Del Diablo, the city spans the entire expanse of that like hex on the globe. And that area
It's the
is
size
like
of
the size of
Australia.
like China or
Holy
Australia.
shit! You can turn us
So-
into aerodactyls.
Yeah, Scotty said that.
Hell yeah!
There's no way you would have enough fuel to make it there, and that's assuming that you were able to make it there without taking pot shots from half the city.
We'd have to fly to the ship and then use the jetpacks to get onto it.
That's what I was assuming.
That's what I was
Chopper
assuming.
To get in high above them like we did last time, and then jetpacks and whatnot to get down to the ship.
Gruk, a ship is basically a big tree, right? Could you do your thing with that?
No.
Oh. Okay, just
Don't
checking.
those plants have to be connected to the soil?
I don't know.
They have to be
No.
alive.
They have to be alive, and I have to have been around it before.
Oh,
And
well,
also, it's
not a tree because it's not.
plants are weird from corruption, so there's no guarantee even that that ship is made of what you guys would consider wood.
I'm not convinced the ship itself isn't alive.
They're Amelia deprived. They're not weird. Sorry, science humor, kind of a little bit. Anyway, so what are we gonna do? I'm fine with anything. Whatever.
I mean, if we have a helicopter, I think we should use it.
Okay.
At least to get close, and then we can jump off or zip line or something.
Yeah.
Rappel. I'm sure there's rappelling ropes on the helicopter.
Well, with rappelling, you typically have a stable surface.
Yeah,
not
I
a
say with
moving
you-
object.
What do you
Yeah,
call it when you take a rope down from a helicopter
That's-
as like a drop?
That's repelling.
That
but
is
usually-
repelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Usually, you don't repel to an unstable surface because so the
Well,
reason why generally repelling
Usually
is
you
done
don't
from
attack an airship.
Usually, when repelling is done from that height, it's one to avoid the outwash of the helicopter itself, which would knock you around, and two, if you have a stable surface on the bottom, it means that the helicopter can hover a lot more effectively. Whereas if you're trying to land on a flying thing, it'll blow. So what'll happen is you're both moving, and the person dangling from the rope is going to go like this, and not get anywhere near to the ship. Kat, I'm glad you liked my illustration of that.
So if there's not a better word than
I'm
repel
just
for this,
It just be them. It just be them here, and then just
that's why you helicopter in front of it so they dangle behind.
See,
That's-
here's the thing. You totally can repel. It may not be recommended, but you can totally do it.
I mean, I'll be flying onto it. I
I
don't know
mean,
what the rest of you are doing. I'm just
Hera,
trying to
by
come up
that
with an idea.
logic, you can do
People don't have
anything
a
once.
helicopter.
Yeah, I mean, Onyx is just gonna do the Onyx airdrop.
I mean, remember, Hera, Cat did
can't
increase
stop
the
that
fall
one.
damage.
Yeah, but I don't take fall damage up to 60 feet or some shit like that.
It's
Yeah, I don't take it
700
either.
feet.
I think a lot of us have various methods of surviving a helicopter drop on
Yeah.
an airship.
So, what's the plan?
Helicopter drop airship,
Same plan as before.
but from
Okay.
not quite as high, I think. I guess
So-
they're going to see us coming no matter what we do.
I mean, wait, you wouldn't. I mean, you wouldn't repel from 1000. From.
We're not going to
700
repel
feet
her. We're
anyway,
gonna
right?
just
Can you cast invisibility on a helicopter?
technically no.
Could there be? Is
Yeah.
there like a stealth or invisibility field that the helicopter would use that we could just to get us close so we don't get shot down on the way?
Technically, you would be flying in their blind spots.
This is the problem where D&D I feel like doesn't really cover certain things because
A helicopter
you
is not a
can-
creature,
LiDAR?
technically.
it's not a creature, yes, but in theory, right? You could touch a dragon, like an ancient fucking dragon who is a big ass fucking thing, bigger than probably any helicopter, and you could cast invisibility on that.
Yeah.
But for some reason, because D&D and apparently nobody thought about it, you cannot cast invisibility on an object, right?
Some objects even have invisibility, but it's not
Actually, you
like the
can
normal
cast
stealth.
invisibility on certain objects, I think.
Well,
I
if
never
one of
remember.
us says we're carrying the helicopter,
Not carry a helicopter.
That's
Okay,
what
so-
says you.
Pterodactyl could.
So mechanically, invisibility cannot do that. My guess, for the reason that they don't do that, and this is the reason that I've had issues because I've had things where I've wanted to try and how do you make an object invisible in 5e? It's just by virtue of size. It feels you should not be allowed to make a castle invisible because it's too big, and quantifying that size difference is a pain in the ass. So that's why it's not a thing. I will say that you guys are able to make it through the city in the helicopter without being shot down by relying on the Curious Sage feeding you information about the location of where all the enemy ships are, and flying in blind spots, that sort of thing, and also just like flying around different things that can kind of conceal you, because again, Del Diablo has done a lot of building upwards rather than outwards because they're very constrained on how far they can go. So
Possibly
who
cloud
is
cover.
taking jetpacks and or becoming aerodactyls?
I will use my jetpack.
So when
Unless-
I take the jetpack, I can attempt the Onyx airdrop onto the thing.
Say that again.
I'm debating. So if I take the jetpack, I can attempt the Onyx airdrop, and if I miss, whatever,
I mean,
I can
so
fly
if-
back up. However, being an aerodactyl is extremely cool.
That's true.
You do
Although
lose your
I'm the-
intelligence of that, though.
If I'm
No, you don't.
Oh, you don't?
No, you
I thought
don't.
you did.
Yeah,
Not with his special one.
yeah, it's a cool.
They
one.
might be less
That's
likely
right.
to
I
attack
remember you
them.
talking about that before.
Also, that wouldn't be much of a like. It would only be a slight disimprovement.
I'm just remembering a time when we were in our Dragon Ice game with Kevin, and we were in like hell or something, and I got polymorphed into a T-Rex. And at one point I got bored and I roared as a T-Rex. And Kevin described that the dragon that was flying in the distance just looked over at me, and I'm just like, oh shit.
That was good.
Anyway,
So depending on how everything else works out, I have a few choices as far as how I would get on there, if that's okay for me to hold for the moment.
If I'm the only one, however, who would go aerodactyl, I'm just gonna go with a jetpack. I don't want to waste Gruk's one.
I feel like we might
high-level
want
spell slots on.
I figure we
on,
might want to save that spell slot for
yeah.
something else.
Yeah, because it's like what, level 8, level 9?
might be 9.
It's high
It
level.
might be 9. It might be level 9 spell slot. Yeah, it's
Let's hold that spell slot, because we all have various quick ways of getting down,
Yeah.
namely, jetpacks or flying.
Yeah, what I'm
Falling.
saying is, if you want a jetpack, you have to tell me you have it, because I'm
I
not
don't-
gonna say like, oh, I'm
I
gonna
don't
jump
have
out
it.
of there and cast a
No,
spell, and then
Onyx-
realize that you can't cast a spell, and now you're falling, and be like,
Onyx
oh,
has
well, I
a-
brought a jetpack.
I do
Onyx
not
has a
have a jetpack.
Okay.
Onyx can fly, can cast fly spells.
I
She
can
definitely
fly.
has.
No matter what, she has a jetpack with her as like backup.
I gotta be honest.
Who wouldn't if we had
Gruk
the
is
option?
just gonna use one of his wild shapes to get down there.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to ask then. I have yet to be able to use my Cloak of Shadows.
Mhm.
Would I be able to step into somebody's shadow for whatever way they have onto the ship and then just pop out once we're on the ship?
That'd be a good
There
idea.
should be a
I could
range
wild,
attached to that, though.
I would wild shape into a canary, and you get in the canary shadow, and then just infiltration.
Well, I mean, your shape would be irrelevant. You cast a shadow, I should be able to step into the shadow.
It'd be a
Regardless
tiny,
of
it'd
the
be
size.
a tiny shadow.
You're talking about riding the shadow or just stepping through
No,
it once they're on the
stepping
ship?
into it.
Yeah, the issue stage would be seeing. So typically, it has to be like a shadow you see, because otherwise, this could be like, oh, I teleport to a shadow across the world.
Oh
Well,
no!
if-
Like I wild shape, and then Demona goes into my shadow, and then I fly on there, and then leaves my shadow.
Yeah, if their shadow is present inside of the helicopter, I should be able to step into the shadow.
You
But
can
you need to be
use
able
the
to-
shadow
the-
like a vehicle,
they-
like a transport.
Yeah, the shadow.
key
The
thing
shadow
is-
isn't. I jump into a bag of holding and hide in the shadow. The shadow is I step into one
It's
shadow and
instant
step out of another one.
teleportation.
Typically,
Oh, it's
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 visual
instant.
instant-
You don't stay in it.
I
Got it.
believe. Let me.
There's probably a shadow on the ship.
So
It's got sails.
It's old school shadow step in D&D terms.
I think
Or-
it's actually based off of the monk one.
Yeah.
which is current day Shadow Step,
Yes.
which I still have not used, even though it's been a backup character in like 5 different games.
I need to make that kind of the ninja monk. It seems like it could be fun.
I hope I find out someday. I'm not bitter.
I've wanted to make that and or the shadow sorcerer, but I feel like the shadow sorcerer would just be a tad too edgy. I get my powers from darkness. I've been born with them.
Could combine the two.
All right,
The shadow
Xehanort.
sorcerer was also like a shadow monk.
Yeah, they're very alike.
And the warlock.
But the shadow sorcerer gets like the faithful shadow hound thing eventually, and I think that's really
That's 6.
It's not even a
If you
spell.
started high enough, you could
I think
do it
I
without
think
much
what's
trouble.
cool would be like some kind of spellcaster just to get the shadow blade or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's
And
obviously
then-
would be my like
Yeah,
go-to
and
weapon.
then go rogue and do like a dark, edgy shadow rogue who slices people up with a psychic blade.
At that
Shadow
point, just,
sorcerer with a shadow blade, you say?
at that point, just play the fucking psychic
Soul
range
Knife,
rogue, the soul knife rogue.
I mean, you can go.
Psychic
Soul
weapons aren't the
Knife
same as
Rogue
shadow
2
weapons.
With that, you can go soul Knife
Mechanically,
Rogue
they are.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then-
but who cares about that?
Anyways.
Flavor is the most
So-
important part of the meal.
Mechanically, looking at it, Sage, we need to work on this because I'm looking at our notes for it, and it does not have a very definitive guideline of exactly what it can do. So remind me, and we'll work on this. But for now, I will say that it's got a range of, we'll say, 180 feet, and it has to be a shadow, 2 different shadows that you can see. So you'd have to get kind of close to the ship, but you could do it if you're sort of like above it. So like if you are, yeah, it's one of those things where like in this specific instance, it's kind of hard at long range. It's more designed for getting into like getting past guard sort of thing.
Okay, then
I could turn into a big bird, and you could just run on top of me.
no. If that's the case, yeah, no. If that's the case, then I'll just use either fly or far step.
Meta, I was going to turn into a rock.
Rocks can't fly though.
Yeah, they can.
AKA a kaiju bird.
Onyx is already a rock. Come on.
You know, Demona could just ride Cyberus like a skateboard.
So
Or
Do a
that guy from
kickflip.
DuckTales, who is like sky surfing. Anyways,
So, those of you who are flying, who are dropping down, how far above this ship do you guys want to start out?
how big is a ship, like across and tall? I'm just wondering for spell
Roughly.
information.
We wouldn't know exactly.
Yeah, I mean, is it like
200 feet?
50 feet wide, 200 feet wide?
It's a good question. Give me a second.
Because I have a thing I want to do before we land.
Are you using the sailboat's dimensions in 5e? Or are we talking bigger than a sailboat?
Because some of the ships in One Piece are like island sized.
I'd assume like a warship.
What's the size of like a warship in
Yeah,
5e? Do you
Let
know?
me look. So I got this
I
thing
thought for
called D&D
monument like in
Beyond.
real life. Because that can
Okay.
range quite a bit too.
Thriller bark is technically a ship.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, no, I'd be down with this. I'm gonna say that it's about twice the size of a regular sailing ship. So that would be 200 feet by 40 feet.
Okay. Okay. Can we see anyone on the surface?
As you guys are sort of well above it, I will say go ahead and anybody that wants to can make perception checks.
Yes, please.
My
Indeed.
brain is still in other systems. I tried to call it an observation check. I don't even know what the fuck game that's from.
What?
Observation is from Call of Cthulhu.
I don't play Call
Oh,
of Cthulhu.
You should. It's
Or
No,
not.
no, it's spot hidden.
Hundreds.
You're thinking spot hidden.
Oh, spot hidden. Yes.
Yeah,
I
Observation,
rolled
is that
27
is it
perception.
Pathfinder.
Onyx doesn't
Damn.
see shit.
No, Pathfinder is still perception.
Yeah.
Gruk's alignment has been changed to neutral, so he's just using passive. Unless he has to not use passive. So 15.
for Demona.
I got a 16.
So, Cyberus, you can clearly see that there are plenty of creatures milling about on this ship. It's kind of hard to tell exactly details about them. For most of you, all of you see movement. Cyberus, as you're sort of focusing in, you recognize several of these creatures that look to are reminiscent of that Grug that you fought all those months ago. The creature
Wasn't
that
it-
did not
wasn't
have
it
a
Gug?
head and had Gug, yes, and had a mouth at the chest area.
Yeah, their arms don't taste good, we discovered.
There are, I'll say, all of you can also spot something walking around that does seem quite large, that is glowing sort of red or orange.
While we're on our way there, how much room do we have in the helicopter?
Probably not a lot.
Onyx is small, but Cyberus is big, so that evens out.
Would we have
What
enough
do you-
room for one additional large size passenger?
I mean, this is a
Might be a
mercenaries
tight fit,
helicopter.
but yeah.
Okay,
Probably
I
room
spend
for
a
large
minute
soldiers.
with the staff, and you notice that the staff's fragments spin around in weird ways, and emitting out of it is this weird entity. It seems to be something made of pure corruption. Imagine like a TV that's like on a static screen, but like the silhouette of it is always fraying, and it seems to have no specific form. As I cast Conjure Elemental, and I conjure a Corruption Elemental.
Ooh.
I like this.
I have two
Okay.
questions.
That was 5 charges.
How far above are we of the ship?
Is there a cat?
How far do you want to be?
There is a cat. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a GM.
And
Yeah,
have they
so-
spotted us?
So basically, at this point, where the area where you guys are, give me a second while I find you on the D20.
While she's doing that, I want to point out to the group that I would like to go in first because I have something that I want to do that needs to be done before anyone actually gets onto the ship.
Good
and
that
also-
you say that because Onyx is already about to jump out.
I hold my hand up and say, give
You-
me a few seconds.
You had plenty of time getting here. You can have this discussion beforehand. So the area where you guys are approaching from is bordering Shire ecology, so you're getting very near to a very large body of water. So there's not a lot of places to hide. If they're not particularly paying attention and looking up, they might not notice you, but it's not a lot of places to hide. There's a good chance they're going to see you guys coming.
We could hide in the sun.
Okay, I just noticed an error here. It says the Corruption Elemental has 0 movement speed, which I know can't be right. Do you want to just go with like 30
We'll
of
say
hovering
30. Wait, what size is it?
large?
Say
Then it should have
35.
40.
The ship is
Yeah,
moving,
well,
right?
40 works.
Okay,
Yes, the ship is moving.
I'm pretty sure it was a typo.
Okay. If we're ready to go, give me a few seconds and then follow my lead.
Okay.
All right. Then I'm gonna. Are we ready? What's that, Kat?
And I'm gonna actually send you a picture of what that glowing creature that Cyberus saw fairly clearly. is.
Gruk commands the Corruption Elemental to follow him in Demona and defend them as best as it's able, and he wild shapes into a raven and sits on Demona's shoulder.
Why my shoulder?
Do you
You're the
know
boss.
you're a
probably
raven?
safer,
He's
too.
a raven
Yes.
because he's small.
Ah.
Also, the corruption elemental doesn't have a flight speed.
Like I said, it said 0 speed. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like 30 move, 30 fly, because the picture is just like this glitchy ball that doesn't have any limbs.
Okay, I'll say yeah, sure.
So we're
So-
ready to go. Here's what Cyberus wants to do. He wants to get within 90 feet by jumping down with the jetpack and using
Mhm.
blade barrier to make a big wall of blades in front of the ship so it flies through it.
Okay. So how high do you guys want to be when you jump? I'm asking because I need to know how much damage Onyx may take.
Oh, Onyx probably won't take any damage.
She has a jetpack.
She doesn't drop straight. What she's got, so her plan is drop, break her fall a little bit before she crashes onto the thing with the jetpack, and then just
Okay.
like take the rest of the momentum. She
Alright.
knows she can take a hard hit, but she knows that she can take like a full-on face plant.
She's
onto
not
the
going to try to
deck.
punch a hole through the ship.
Fair.
Oh no, wait. Let me rephrase that. Do you know that scene in Avengers Endgame when all the ship's cannons suddenly aim up? Onyx just boom straight through the ship once.
So,
Okay, Captain Marvel.
Chief,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Cybers.
Sir,
I will
finishing
say that
your
all
part.
of you guys go ahead and roll initiative. But we'll say that you guys can basically all hold your turn, and Cyberus, you'll go, and then we'll start initiative after you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gruk,
this is just going to become a kinetic strike.
The
Gruk,
only worry is that the blaze will be traveling across the ship as it moves through it, so I don't want them to come down before it passes it.
Have you heard of the Rod of God? That's basically what Onyx is.
Gruk obviously isn't like Velcro
Oh,
to Demona's
fuck.
shoulder, so when Demona, whenever you leave, Gruk's just gonna take off and fly.
I think I'm gonna switch to digital dice. I
What'd you
haven't
get?
rolled a 2, so a total of 5. Yeah, 5. I rolled 2 dice so far.
Uh-oh.
One was a
So
2.
I
and
just
the other
got to
was-
use my new Beat Dragon dice from the Retroverse Kickstarter,
Ooh.
which gave me a dirty 20 for
What
initiative.
color are the beat ones again?
Orange and yellow with blue lettering.
Ah, nice.
So what was your total then?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I rolled pretty bad, so Gruk got 12.
Onyx is last because she has like headphones on and skipping through the playlist to find a good song for the drop.
Because
She's waiting. No,
Did
no,
she not
Hera,
notice everyone
Hera.
jumped?
She's waiting for the beat to drop.
it's Thunderstruck by ABCD.
ACDC.
I know. I'm
Okay,
parodying.
I'm making sure because I've actually heard people say that wrong before.
It just starts with that da-na-na, da-na-na,
she-
da-na-na, da-na.
No, what she's waiting for is for the I am the storm that is approaching. Then she's
I am
gonna
the
jump.
stone that is approaching.
I am the stone that is
So-
approaching. Exactly.
Walk you
Cyberus,
like a hurricane?
That's me.
go ahead and roll your damage for your blade swarm, considering it's not like this thing can really avoid it. It can't move that quickly.
Dodge.
And I'm hoping to hit as many people on the deck as well as I can.
What's the area for it?
It says that it can be 100 feet long and 20 feet high, but I think I would try to make it like 50 feet long and 40 feet high.
Okay.
To make like a
Um,
big
100
square that
feet
it'll fly
long.
right through.
Then
Well,
it
because I
kind
wanted
of-
to cover like the whole deck, up and down, so it'd slash like the bottom of the ship and the
Oh.
sails as well as the people.
Now I know what you mean. Okay.
For what it's worth, Scott, I would say just let the elemental go with you just to keep things moving.
Okay.
Oh, 29 slashing
Nice.
damage if they don't save.
At what level did you cast this?
It's a level 6. It's my one level 6.
Oh, damn. Okay. That's normally a lot lower level spell, if I think. Remember right?
No, Blade Barrier is level 6.
No, Blade Barrier.
Oh, I'm thinking Blade Ward. Sorry.
Yeah, this is the big boy.
Yeah, so you definitely hear the clanging of the swords on the ship. And it's weird, this thing of like, it sounds like half of it is hitting wood and half is the sound of it clanging off of metal almost. It seems like the ship is partially made of both. It definitely does deal quite a bit of damage to the ship, though. And you can see that a lot of those gug creatures on the deck are sort of flailing around, screaming incoherently. Are you waiting for it to go all the way through and then the rest of you are dropping, or what?
Good question.
We're
I think
waiting
I would
till
be-
it's not going to hurt us.
I think I'd be planning to land on like the fore of the ship after it passes through
So-
that part.
I will say, as you guys are all preparing, Passion, you do see a bit of an opening. If you would like to start us off. Oh, let me actually like put in your initiative so you know.
Initiados.
This may be one of the first times Cyberus used spell damage on enemies.
In a while, yeah, definitely in a while.
He doesn't really have anything.
It's happened before, just I don't
Would-
remember when.
Would I be able to follow that up with something before we land on the deck?
I mean, like, if you guys wanted to talk about it, you can, but at this point, like, what are you talking about? Because you're in initiative now.
Okay, I was gonna add a wall of fire behind his blades.
I'll say you guys did have time to make this plan. You can go ahead and do that, but next time make sure that if you're making a plan ahead of time to actually go ahead and do it. So yeah, they need dex saves, yeah?
Double checking. Yes, dex checks. 5d8. Perfect.
Patience used it enough in random misroll.
Hang on, a wall of flame might actually go with the ship.
Oh, if you cast it in the air. Oh no, it has. A wall has to actually be connected to a flat
Yep, it has
surface.
to be connected to a flat surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Solid surface within range.
So you
I
just cast it
apologize.
on the deck. Just...
so you can do that and divide the deck in half. It's up to you.
Probably give us a little bit of advantage. Split the crew members, and have anything else split on the sides if that's okay with everybody.
That's fine. But you're
So-
gonna do it crossways or long ways?
It can be 60 feet long, so it wouldn't be able to go long lengthways the whole way, but it could cut the ship in half the short way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, across the bow, not down the length.
Yeah.
Yes, and that would work perfectly. And if I could capture any of them inside of that wall of fire, I would not complain. But otherwise, I'm stretching my limit as it is.
All right.
Gruk
So,
also is a raven with 3 eyes, because why not?
of course.
Only 3.
Game of Thrones reference.
Game of Thrones is garbage compared to Wheel of Time.
I would not doubt that actually.
It's not.
I mean, you
go
can
there.
just say it's Game of Thrones is garbage and just end there.
The frustrating
Although
thing
it is
is like the books
season
are
one
good.
compares.
They just the TV
Are boring.
series got
I'm referencing stuff from the books. So,
they're dumb as shit. Well, that showed up in the later series too.
yes. But not
Anyway.
too late in the series, thankfully.
We can talk about this for
So
4
there are
hours after.
definitely several of those Gug that are completely incinerated and run screaming around. One of them just goes straight off the deck and just disappears into the ocean far below.
Like, what's his name in Lord of the Rings?
He's fine.
Scotty,
Sleeping.
you need to add some fire to that background real quick.
Oh, wait, give me a second.
I just completely unrelated. I just saw a TikTok the other day. I was talking about
There
what's
we
your
go.
favorite unappreciated moment in movies. It's a scene from Lord of the Rings where the attack is happening at Saruman's tower, and like the Ents are running, and the one is on fire.
Yeah, he
And
dips
they
his
break
head.
the dam, the water comes in, and he ducks his head into the oncoming flow of water. I was like, how have I seen this film so many times and I never noticed this? Anyway, Passion, what would you like to do?
Well, I guess it's time for me to drop.
Do you have any walls too?
No.
Oh,
Brooks thinking internally, well, if you really wanted fire, I could have made a lot more fire. But
I mean,
there's always going to be time for fire.
I could cast Flame Strike, but that's nowhere near as big. And I think that also, actually, yeah, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, Passion is gonna drop.
the fire spell outcast, we would not be able to get onto the deck.
So, as you drop down to the deck, Passion, you see through these flames, of course, many of these Gugs running around screaming, as well as that creature that's in the Discord. It didn't send
Yeah, it didn't
for
go in
some
there.
reason.
Hey, Kat, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So one, how far do I fall? Should be my first question.
Well, how far do you want to fall? Because like you guys are in charge of this ship. You're driving the thing or this helicopter. How high do you guys want to be?
I think it would be a good idea for us to try and like have our first turn be when we hit the ship. What about you guys? If we want to.
I'm good with that, but I'm not like the spellcasters like the rest of you,
Gruk
except for
softly.
Onyx.
Gruk caws softly.
We should have set up what that means.
How was fall damage calculated again?
It is
Damage per
If
foot.
Cat
Now
if
it's-
Cat doesn't like your fall move, she just kills you instantly. I think
no,
that's how it goes.
it's half of the damage taken in feet. So, or damage taken is half of the distance in feet. So, like if you fell 500 feet, it'd be 250 damage.
Oh, okay.
No, that'd be dangerous to Cyberus.
That should be dangerous to everybody.
He would not die.
So
Onyx wouldn't die either because she has resistance to bludgeoning.
I will say, to make life easier, you guys can have the driver of this helicopter, because you did bring one demon dog with you to actually fly this thing after you jump out of it. Get down. So I think I said your jetpacks are 60 feet.
I'm not using a
around?
jetpack. I'm using.
I'm putting-
Or
I'm
is it
using
your
my
movement.
I'm
I'm
putting
using
pressure on
winged
Demona. What's the code name for this demon dog?
and cat. It is movement speed, is what you said last time.
Yes. Okay.
Raging Raven.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I'm using winged boots.
Oh, but you guys can do the free for all and activate it
Yeah.
a little closer. So
Because it doesn't
yeah.
even cost me an action to activate
Yeah.
the boots.
So I will say, to make life easy, Passion, you can get to the deck this round with your movement.
All right.
What do you want to do? You see this individual or this creature sort of peering at you through this wall of fire. And let me describe what this creature looks like. This humanoid torso rises from a sort of arthropod body that looks almost like a crab or a scorpion. Its body is made of overlapping plates of what looks like obsidian, and from inside it glows with a deep red glow, as if a fire rages within inside it. Also, it has 4 arms.
Is
That's
he related to me?
I mean,
Could be. If we don't kill him.
it's The Rock in his first movie. Yeah,
This guy is absolutely the fucking Scorpion King.
yeah, it's the Scorpion King.
Except he looks good
Except
as a creature.
Actually badass. So, what does Passion want to do?
This man's about to catch these hands. I Eldritch Blast him.
Go for it. Roll
Oh
to
my
hit.
God. I'm just, because you said catch these hands, I'm just imagining, I don't know, like the Pokemon double slap animation is like the Eldritch Blast. Just whoosh, like a
Okay,
big
I'm gonna
one hand
roll.
appears and slaps them in the face.
I'm gonna roll for all 4 attacks, I figure, because
Okay, that makes
I
sense.
figure
Yeah.
this guy should be strong enough to survive 4 hits
Oh, yeah.
from me.
Also, remember where you're pushing him.
And
I mean, I don't get a choice. He's going away from me.
so is Passion and this boss on the front half or the back half? Based on where the
Passion is
fire
on the
is.
front, because you guys, she was basically timing it to wait right until after the blade barrier passed. So the blade barrier still has to go through this guy, and there's the wall between them still, the wall of fire.
Vex, you could use pushing blast until you push him into the blade barrier, and then you
Well,
can
he's
use
going. He's
one
the blade
pulling
barrier
one.
hasn't touched him yet.
The blade barrier
He's-
is coming.
It's
for
coming
him.
for him.
Yeah, but I mean,
Actually, wait.
no,
Hold
no,
on.
Onyx
That's
could,
the case.
Onyx
Hold on.
could
Wait.
use...
Shush, Hera. Shush. I'm gonna hold an action.
Okay. To do what?
When it's his turn and he comes to run at us, I fire Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Or when I should say more specific. If he moves, I'm Eldritch Blasting.
Okay.
That could be through teleportation or other things. I have to be very specific with the wording of this.
Vex, don't you have pushing and...
No,
pulling
I
blast?
just have pushing.
Oh, okay.
Pulling
thought you
pulling is so useless because it's only 10 feet in a round. That's it.
So
It would
That's
be really
Passion's
fun
turn.
if you could use it multiple times, because then you could put like a spell there that every time
Yeah,
like,
flaming
someone
sphere.
moves through
Hera.
it, then you can just like push
Hera.
them forward. and
Hera,
kick
no.
through it.
I want you to think of it this way. I could alternate them. I could push,
Yeah,
pull,
yeah,
push,
yeah,
pull,
exactly,
push.
Exactly.
The
Push,
rest
pull,
of
push,
you.
pull, push, pull.
you see the sort of cabin that is on the other side of the ship. You see this something sort of come out of the door from overhead. It looks sort of rounded and oblong with tentacles that are sort of wobbling everywhere. It's hard to tell. It looks very thin and narrow. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck that sound in my neighborhood was, but something else has walked out onto or floated out onto the deck. Passion at the moment, you cannot see it. It is obscured by the wall of flames. That's its turn. Because it's just trying to get a feel of what the fuck is going on. Demona, what do you want to do?
Well, how many of our little friends do we see on this side of the wall of fire?
I'll say that there are 5 more of the Gugs. The Scorpion King hasn't passed through it yet, and neither has this sort of purple tentacle thing.
Okay. Do the Gugs look hostile, or are they freaking out about the fire still?
They're freaking out. They don't seem to have noticed on any of the others of you, but also their eyes are down here on their shoulders, so they might not be capable of looking up very well.
Oof.
Like a dog.
Well, this is going to be the first chance I get to fire off a custom demon dog spell. I'm going to fire off a fusillade.
Okay.
I'll
Remind me what that does.
Conjure up to 3 astral mercenaries armed with rifles that fire at a target within range. They can all fire at one target or at several. Make a ranged spell attack for each shot. On a hit, it takes 1d8 piercing damage.
So
Okay.
So this
Who are
is
you
firing
targeting?
squad, but actually works. Got it.
Right. In this case, I will take the 3 closest Gugs.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. So spell number 1. It's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Do you want me to do damage or roll all the attacks first?
Just roll the attacks first.
Copy that. Second shot. 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
Last shot. 13 to hit.
I think that might actually hit. Their AC sucks garbage.
Holy crap. Okay. I was not
They're not
expecting-
wearing armor. They're just tough. Yeah, 13 hits.
Awesome. All right. 3d8's coming up. First one takes 3 damage. Second
Okay.
one takes 7 damage. Last one takes maximum 8 damage.
Okay. Yeah, they are running and screaming. Not 100% sure what is going on. Not liking any of this. Anything else that Demona's doing?
I think I need to roll for a concentration to keep that wall of fire up.
Not if you
Only if you've been hit.
yeah,
You know,
only
if
if
you
you've been
take
hit.
damage.
Oh, that's what I'm forgetting. Okay, my
Or
apologies.
if the GM says, because of the current circumstances, you need to do a concentration check.
Like you're on the deck of a ship and it suddenly tilts or something.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'm going to make my move towards. Has Cyberus landed yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay. Is the mast on our side of the fire?
Ship like this would have multiple
Would
masts.
you want it to be? It does have multiple masts. The one main one, though, where would you want the main one to be? Because
I
it's
just wanted the
flames. You could catch the main mast in the wall of fire.
Wasn't what I was aiming for, although that probably would be a very quick end to the ship, so probably not the best idea. But I want to use my movement to put myself behind the mast.
So that's Demona's turn. After Demona, this Scorpion King thing that has a name that I'm never gonna remember. Cherufi is
Wayne
the name
Donson.
that they gave it.
A pebble.
Sort of starts to step forward towards that wall of flames, and it has a couple of maybe about 15 feet or so of movement before it hits the flames. And as soon as it hits that wall of flames, the like spaces between those armored plates flare almost white hot.
Hey,
And
Cat, I hate to break
Well,
the scene,
I
but
know.
he
Fucking,
absolutely doesn't get anywhere close to that as I fire on him.
Okay, so you need to be able to see him effectively. I'm gonna say he got a little bit. He got at least to the wall of fire before your thing goes off.
Does
'cause,
that mean he also runs through the blades?
the fire is first, and then the blades are coming for him
Oh.
last. The ship is going on initiative 10. The blades are coming for him.
All right.
Effectively, this is the ship moving. Yeah, ship's coming. The blades are coming for him.
So the lowest roll I got was an 18.
18 does not hit.
All right, so
Awesome.
then following that, the next one is 27. So I assume the other 3 hits. All
Yes.
right. D10.
Those are very high numbers.
D10. Where's my third D? There's a.
Hello, I'm tier 4.
Hi, I'm Eldritch Blast.
I'm surprised to meet you.
There's my other D10.
Hello, I'm dumbass.
Hi.
Is dumbass. Permanent name from now on.
It is very much. Where is the fuck is my calculator? So went to go look for. Oh, there it is. Trying to find the calculator. Because I'm dumbass.
I prepared jump today, but I don't think I'm gonna.
So he takes 40 points of damage and is pushed back 30 feet.
Okay. So,
And also it's force damage. I figure you know that, but
okay, that helps. So he moved 15, got touched went partially into that firewall, and then is pushed back. So he has this cool thing called that when he takes fire damage, he gets a little bit of a boost. And his speed doubles. So 15 back, 15 forward is 30. Yeah, he could get to you for the.
he can get back. His speed goes from.
His speed is 40.
There's no way in hell he gets past me because I blew him back 30 feet.
It was 30 feet? I thought it was 15.
30.
It's
30.
never
It's
mind.
10 foot.
10 each blast that hits.
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.
how
It's
the hell
ridiculous how far
How
you
the
can
hell does this man?
beat people with pushing Eldritch Blast.
So,
just make them go.
He gets to sort of runs back to you, realizes that he cannot reach you, decides you're fucking annoying, and he sort of puts all 4 hands together and summons a sort of ball of magma as the red hot energy around him sort of flows into it. He's going to chuck a magma ball at you.
I like this guy.
I do too. He's cool. He's better. He's cooler than we are.
I really should have prepared counterspell.
Speak for yourself.
23 to hit
I
you.
don't think this
That
is
definitely
a spell.
hits.
That is 20 damage. 20 bludgeoning damage. Wait, no, hang on.
20
can't read.
bludgeoning damage?
Probably half bludgeoning, half fire.
Yes, okay. I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at his melee attack. It's 22 bludgeoning damage and 11 fire damage.
Jesus.
Sweet.
And as soon as
Jesus
it
isn't
hits
in
you,
the
it
Pantheon.
explodes as
His name is
this
Johnson Christ.
just rain of fiery hot magma that is burning the ship. You can see little tendrils of smoke lifting up from the deck boards underfoot. That's his turn. Cyberus, what would you like to do?
I would like to come in for a landing.
Okay, where do you want to land? You want to land on which side of the firewall?
Towards the front, but like between as many enemies as possible and the 2 people that have landed already.
Okay.
I imagine Demona's as far from them as possible, and Passion is probably not too far up.
I think that Demona might actually be on the side that is separate from Passion.
Did Demona land on the
can't
back
remember.
and Passion on the front? I thought they both landed on the front.
I was assuming it was the bow because I hid behind the mast.
Okay, yeah. So all 3 of you then are in the front. Yeah.
All right, I would like to land there, and I would like to use my action to cast Earned Corrupted.
Okay.
So
What does
each
that
enemy
do?
corrupted creature that can see and hear me or hear me within 30 feet has to make a Wisdom save. And then of all the ones that fail, I can choose one that I control for the next minute. CR max of 5.
Okay, so let's see. There are 3 Gug surviving on this side of the ship that have been kind of flailing around, not sure what the hell to do at this point. So their Wisdom saves. So what's your DC?
16.
Okay, 1 passed. And then you also catch the Cherufe in that.
Oh, I do.
Is it CR5 or lower?
Yeah, it has to be
Oh, it has to be
CR5
CR5
or
or lower. Okay,
Yeah.
then just those guys.
that doubles next level.
Oh, shit.
So it was 30 feet. Actually, you might be able to catch more than just those 3 Gug.
Yeah, I would try to move up so I could catch
Okay.
as many as possible because I want them to definitely
So
focus
I'll
on me.
say 3 of them fail, 2 pass.
All right, then I will choose. I got to choose one that failed. I'm going to pick the one that looks the most robust.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at him and use my bonus action to command him and say, "Attack that guy," and point at the lava lantula man.
Okay.
Level Lantula, man.
He like looks at you and looks at him and looks at him and just awkwardly starts taking a couple
Take
of
him
steps
down.
towards him.
Throw him off the ship. And that is all of my stuff.
Okay. So I will say that he'll go on the same initiative as the other Gugs, but just against them. So, Gruk, what would you like to do? There is a wall of fire bisecting this ship, a hail of blades that is slowly making its way, chewing its way through it. And it seems as if almost all of your allies are on the front half of this ship.
Both Gruk and his elemental are going to be moving towards Demona.
Okay.
And would the elemental be able to make it to Demona and stuff with its flight speed of 30?
Yeah, I'll say you guys can all make it there.
Okay. Then I get on the deck, and as the raven form gets within about 5 feet or so of the deck, I shape back. And that was bonus
So
action.
that was move bonus, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the corruption actually can't do anything if I do that. So I'm going to actually not cheat back. And the corruption form is actually going to go towards the big dude.
Okay.
If possible. It probably can't.
Yeah.
If it does, it has to use its action, it will dash.
Yeah, I think it might have to go through the wall of fire, but it can definitely do that.
Let's see its intelligence. It's smart enough that it would not do that.
Okay.
It's waiting for it though.
Okay, it can hold its
it's
action.
like taking a dodge action, trying to like be between Demona and any other hostiles.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, are there any hostiles within? Wow. Yeah, this stat needs change. This thing needs some work. It's okay. Here's what it says, but I'm pretty sure we want to go with like at the range of 30 feet. This is a passive ability on it. Any creature that looks at the corruption elemental must make a con save.
Or what?
It takes damage
Whoa.
because it's made
Yeah,
of
that should
impossible.
be-
Because it's made of impossible
Yeah.
things.
Level was like,
We'll say like,
Want to go 30?
yeah, 30-foot radius.
Okay, so con saves for any enemies within 30 of it.
Okay.
They can.
Remind me, the Gugs that failed your burn corrupted save, Cyberus, what does that do? How much damage do they take
Earn Corrupted doesn't do anything except give me control of one I choose that
Oh,
failed.
okay,
So the
okay.
rest don't do anything.
they don't
Oh.
flee or anything like that?
They can.
Nope.
They can willingly avert their eyes until the start of the creature's next turn, the elemental's next turn.
The thing is, they're dumb.
Yeah. Also,
Mood.
they'd be blinded if they did that. I'd assume.
Okay, so of the, I think I said it was like 5 or so that can see you on the side of the ship, 2 of them passed.
Okay. It was save or suck. So the ones that, wow, that didn't roll good. The ones that did not succeed take 3 psychic.
Okay.
And I guess that's all I'm doing on my turn.
Onyx,
All
what would you
right.
like to do?
Onyx cracks the knuckles and jumps out of the helicopter. She falls, and then roughly 50, 60 feet before, like above, she brakes using her jetpack.
Mhm.
and she identifies the weird tentacly creature that you earlier described that stepped out somewhere.
I have. Yeah, let me put that in the Discord now that somebody's actually got eyes on it, because everybody else landed on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, she's going after that thing. Oh yeah, definitely. No, that looks very punchable and squishy.
So for those
I'm
at
going
home,
to use all my 3 charges of
Okay.
my Magnetodon tattoo,
okay.
the ring of the Magnetodon, and basically Onyx just launches down like into a downward strike, falling like the rest of the way, just using all of the momentum, and just basically planting on this thing and punching it with her ring of the ram or ring of the Magnetodon as basically around her fist, like the face of a Magnetodon, of a Spectral Magnetodon, like appears, and as she strikes down, like it smashes just into this thing. No, as I described this, let's hope I hit.
So this creature, while you're rolling your attack, looks just like an enormous looking glass that sort of floats forward its enormous warped frame composed of writhing purple tendrils. And the surface is covered in dozens of hideous swirling eyes. Several razor-sharp whips whirl through the air around it. I'm
Who's gonna
assuming...
eat a shit ton of damage because it rolled a nat 20. That's, by the way, because each charge is 2d10.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nat 20, so 6d10 damage.
Nice. Okay, what's your damage?
I'm trying to find all the d10s I have.
I'm trying to find all the D10s in the house. Give me a second.
I was like, if only we're D6s, I have tons of those.
Mm.
Okay, I have to math and roll some again. So this is 8 now. All right. Ooh, that's looking already pretty good. Where's my phone? There we go.
Hit him in the eye.
Which one?
Yes.
Dealer's choice. Do any of these characters have a captain's hat or like a pirate's hat? Hats usually indicate rank on a ship.
They do not.
We don't know who's captain.
Could be Mr. II.
That's true. Maybe that's why they say that. The first captain ever.
It's great.
Based on the legs, I think the lava guy is probably the shipwright.
99 damage.
9
Force.
damage. Holy fuck. And that's force damage, right?
Yep, force damage. It
Okay.
technically also gets pushed 15 feet into the ship deck, but I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, so I'll say that part of that force is just you pushing it back up against the wall because it had just basically come out of that room to look at the chaos surrounding it.
It
Also,
came
I
out and just
rage.
immediately got fucking tactically
I rage. I
struck.
forgot to mention that. I noted it down on my character sheet. I just basically
Okay.
before she launched down, she raged. and shadowed her
So
corruption.
I'll say you hit it and you feel that almost like glass crack on the surface of this mirror. But when you crack through, you feel the inside past that feels like punching a swirling mass of eyes and flesh.
It is squishy.
And all of those eyes are very angry. That is your turn, and I forgot. I will say that Onyx, you don't have to roll for this because you did go technically after this. Everyone else on the deck needs to take damage from that wall of blades. So, Cyberus, if you would roll that for me again, please.
Roll it again. That's so much math.
I mean, if you remember how much damage it was, you can do that. But
It was 29 before.
How high above the deck would the blades be? Because I'm like flying over top as a raven still.
I think I said it was 40 feet tall, but it went below the front of it some, so maybe 20 feet above.
Okay,
15 or 20
I
feet.
would say Gruk would probably still be in that.
Well, if you wait until the ship passes through it before we're going behind it.
Like what we did.
Oh, then okay, yeah. Gruk would have waited. Also, chat
Not sure
just
how
gave a
fast it is.
D10 bonus to passion.
Oh,
I remember once I gave an extra D20 to the DM on the other game.
I remember that. So, the Gug are torn to shreds.
The shreds, you say?
Not the one that you were controlling, Cyberus, because he was on the other side. So a couple of them survived, or were able to survive it just by virtue of luck and.
How much damage is that again?
It was 29 if they fail, half if they save.
29. Okay. I need to keep track of my elemental because it just.
This is
took
a
all of
dex
it.
save, right?
Yeah, I think it's a Dex 16.
Okay, so the purple thing saves. The Charufe, the Scorpion King, does not. So is at 69 damage now.
Nice.
Oh, this is
I think our job is done.
dex save?
Yeah, Dex save.
Sorry, I should have rolled. Yeah, it wouldn't have passed. Okay.
Top of the round. Passion, you are up. You see that this scorpion creature is still very much standing, very much pissed and throwing fireballs. What do you want to do?
Push it off the deck.
I'm
Make it
gonna.
walk to plank.
I'm gonna just do my normal thing. You know, the line all warlocks love to say.
This
Oh,
guy
this
is really good.
blast.
He's really good at planking. You can tell from his abs.
Yeah.
Passion like shouts at him and goes, Fusroda.
All right. So I used my D10 just there,
Okay.
which pushed my roll from a 3 to a 13, which then goes to a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
So
I'll just make your life easier. This guy's AC is 19.
all right. So yeah, he gets hit by 4, yeeting him back 40 feet.
Okay.
That was a D8. All right, he takes 52 points of damage.
Okay. 52, you said.
5-2.
All right.
How's he looking?
Not great. Pissed as hell. That's your turn.
Actually, as a bonus action, I'm going to spend 1 charge of my healing thing just to clean myself up a little.
Okay.
I have 14 charges of that.
You took damage?
Yeah, I took some damage.
Oh, yeah, the
He hit
lava
him-
ball.
Yeah. He hit her with a lava ball. So
Don't forget your food.
I won't, but I can't eat that and fight and use my Eldritch Blast at the same time.
It's bonus action to eat it, isn't it? No, it's an action. It's definitely an action.
No, you can use your bonus action.
Is
you
it?
can.
It's a mouth-sized food.
Consuming food usually is a full action, not.
This one
it's
says
spec-
specifically.
It's
specifically
I know it
says-
specifies, so
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll still heal myself with that thing. I save that for after the fight, so I have some temp HP.
So the Hella Shrew, which is what this mirror thing is called, is looking at Onyx very angrily.
with all of its eyes.
With all of the eyes, and the shards of glass that you broke sort of like bend outward from where they had been in and is released towards you. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Ooh, I have advantage. I see it coming, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
22.
Okay. So that is a success. So you would take half.
And half again. Unless it's psychic. It doesn't sound psychic though.
So
Now, is this a dex check?
Yeah,
a
it's
check,
dex.
yeah.
I don't know if she's high enough level for that other thing though.
She's not evasion. Do you have evasion yet?
I don't have evasion.
Oh,
Okay. So, because of fucking nonsense, you reduce this force damage down to 8 damage
Mhm.
as it reflects the energy of your punch directly back at you.
Punching bag that punches back.
How much? 8, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, a fair fight.
Vexter, the reason why I didn't go all the way up to evasion, which is 1 more level in monk, is because when I'm raging, I resist almost all damage
true.
anyways already. So if I do pass a save, I basically take no damage already.
Oh, sure.
Bless you.
Demona, you are up. What would you like to do?
Well, first and foremost, I need to go through this. I didn't want to interrupt, but for the sweeping of the blades, 1, would the masts give me any type of cover? And 2, would I be able to use my shadow cloak to step into the shadows to avoid the damage?
You landed in front of the blades, so you wouldn't have to
Oh, I
worry.
Yeah.
landed in front of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Here I was expecting to have to take a.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
determined that basically all of you except for Onyx are on the front of the ship. Onyx is at the back with this mirror thing.
Then the elemental wouldn't have had to take the save. Okay.
That's why Cyberus went
Yeah,
first.
that's why I got confused.
Sorry.
Okay. So then in that case, I need to ask is it technically a trigonometry question? Is there a 60-foot line between our 4-legged friend and the wall of eyes?
So the wall of fire is actually obscuring the wall of eyes. You guys have not seen it yet, at least not head on. Like you might know it's back there, but if it's moved, you don't have line of sight on it anymore.
Crap. I apologize. I did not mean to meta that.
That's right.
We hear angry punching, but that's it.
Okay, well, considering this guy looks like he's already made out of fire and everything else is running around on the deck, either panicking or pre-corpsified, would I be
Probably
able?
saw and heard Onyx impact on the other side of the firewall.
Yeah, they saw the top of it, so you know there's something else over there, but you're not entirely sure what it is and how well it's doing.
So would it be meta to have the assumption that I can drop the wall of fire since our big guy seems to be?
I mean, you can if you want.
Okay, that's exactly what I'd want to do then. I'm trying not to meta this because of the mistake that I just
I mean,
made.
it's not meta. Like you can see the guy is clearly not phased whatsoever by this wall.
And it's a bonus action, right? Dismiss it.
No,
It's
nothing.
If it's concentration, it's nothing.
Oh,
Please,
it's just
drop
concentration.
concentration.
Cool.
Dropping
Okay.
concentration.
just
is a free
concentration.
action.
So if that's the case, the physics question still stands.
In that case, a straight line, there's a chance you might hit Onyx, but
Onyx can take it.
moving
I don't think she
around, you can do that. Yeah, you could hit them both.
Yay. I get to
Also,
cast.
Onyx can take it.
Maybe not. I get to cast Demon Dog's 6th level spell, Quiet.
6th level. Come again when you cast a 9th level spell, then maybe Onyx might be in trouble.
Oh, it's a 100-foot line. I apologize. And only a foot wide.
Okay, so what do you have to do for it? Do you have to roll or?
I believe it's just a roll. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
The target. The first target in the line has a disadvantage on said saving throw.
Oh, cool, because that's exactly what he needs.
So wait, it's basically like a railgun shot.
Yes, it's a sniper rifle from Quiet.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5.
So that's an 11.
That
For him.
fails.
And for the Helashru,
Gesundheit.
that is a dirty 20.
Damn, passed it by 1. Alrighty, well, he still takes half. Still takes half. Wait, creature
Yes.
made out of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage. Oh shit! Glad that didn't hit Onyx.
Onyx is not actually made out of stone, so
Oh, okay. Well, no worries.
or
Then.
metal for that matter. She has metal and stone in her, but she's not made of it.
Actually, I'll say I did describe the Hell Shrew as feeling like it's made of glass. Yeah, it rolls with disadvantage and fails.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no. Whatever will we do?
I wanted to punch it.
Oh no. Anyways.
26 piercing damage.
Okay.
And thank you, my new beat dragon dice, for that extra hit.
So then I started
So what-
blasting.
I was wondering if Gruk was going to do is like do the mirror jumping thing and do it.
I was thinking about it, but I technically don't see it right now.
Well,
It'd be
as
risky
of-
because it's alive too.
I'm busy sticking with Demona as well.
So yeah, you guys what does Quiet look like?
She's relatively thin, feminine human. Long brown hair. Unfortunately, very skimpy clothes because Hideo
She
Kojima
breathes through her skin.
breathes through her skin and as photosynthesis.
Just like a frog.
Cat, just type in quiet MGS.
Would she be a void ride
I'm
just because
aware.
she's got the Rorschach thing on her eyes?
But it's just I'm imagining, okay, so this person is corrupted because we've
It
seen
would
that
effectively,
that
yeah.
corruption is a thing that can allow you to eat through photosynthesis.
So yeah, that would be fairly apt for her. With a giant fuck off sniper rifle.
And then I believe immediately vanishes at the end of your turn or at
Yep.
the end of the spell.
Teleports in, takes the shot, teleports out.
It's going to be disorienting.
Not if you're used to it.
That's true.
Is there anything else that Demona would like to do?
Does the cloak give me anything as a bonus action? Okay, I do have to call a question.
Mhm.
I pulled up a document. I'm not sure if this is the most up-to-date one. It does have call shadow, but it doesn't specify what action to capture an enemy's shadow.
Another one piece. reference.
Typically if it's
If it doesn't say it's regularly in action.
yeah.
Okay. No worries. If that's the case, then I remain behind the mast and use it to the yeah, I use it for cover as best I can.
All right. So, after Demona, the rest of the group of you see something come up from the underside of the ship. The first thing you hear are the sound of something very loud flapping wings. And then you see a mass of whirling tentacles and then a beak come over the deck as this moth-like creature with multicolored wings appears over the bow, these long tentacles extending from its mouth. It is huge. So I believe it should be within reach of a good portion of you, and it's going to take attacks on...
Does it even bother
see.
with the tiny little bird flying around?
Sorry, I'm looking. It tells me it makes attacks with however many tentacles it currently has, but it doesn't tell me how many it starts with.
How
Okay,
many,
so
Enough.
how many attacks
Starts with.
does it
Oh no.
normally have by default?
I'm an anime schoolgirl. Oh god.
4.
This is your greatest weakness.
Okay, so there...
That's my own
It is not going to
stupidity.
pay attention to the bird. It is... Wait, are you still a bird?
Yes, because I couldn't have the elemental do anything
That's right.
unless I used my bonus action.
Okay, yeah. So it is going after Cyberus, Passion, Demona, and the Elemental. So let's see. On Demona, oof, that's a 28 to hit.
28 to hit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeesh.
Passion, that's a nat 20.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
I can't help these. I can't help you with this.
Fucking of course. Cyberus is a 14. The one who can tank a hit like no problem.
I mean, I can take a hit reasonably well.
And then to hit the corrupted creature is a dirty 20. What's up, Demona?
Oh no, never mind. It's when it misses. I apologize.
Are any of these? Is anyone next to Cyberus? Allies, I mean, because I have shield defense expert. I could give them 1 extra AC. I don't know if that would help.
I don't think it would help either of us. I mean, definitely wouldn't help me.
No
I
chance
wouldn't
in
think
hell.
so. But I don't know if
that
the
20 means they hit no matter what you do.
And
This
there's
is
not
a ranged
spell.
attack?
This is a melee attack, although it's got a very long reach of 20 feet.
Okay, so never mind.
So all of you, except for Cyberus, take 5 bludgeoning damage. And it's a little annoyed that it missed you, Cyberus, so it's going to use its beak attack to
Does
try
it-
again
does
at
it-
you.
I wave my little tentacle back at it.
This is going to be very silly to ask, but does it have any layers of corruption?
Yes.
I would assume.
I thought I
Balls,
would human.
tits! You rolled a 4!
I
So
get that look that
13.
Mini Me gave when the guy said he hated him.
So Mothra utterly fails to actually deal a ton of damage to you guys. But that's their turn.
Wait, they can
And then
they
the-
can see the elemental because they're attacking it, right?
Yeah.
Con save.
I'm gonna use a different dice than the one that just kept flubbing that up. 17.
I don't want to give Cat some advantage on
Se-
using.
No,
17,
Those,
it's all good.
she critted me.
Yeah, but
And
she
it
didn't
doesn't
hit me
mean
twice.
shit.
She missed me twice.
And for the sake of simplicity, I think this ability they have should just be like a once you make the save, you don't have to roll again.
Yes, that would make life a lot easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the moth's turn. The Cherufe is kind of pissed.
Is that the mirror thing? Or is that the
No, this is the
That's a lot of Lantula, man.
Scorpion.
That's the Scorpion,
King.
Oh, Joanne Donson. Got it.
Passion. Did you hit him yet this turn?
I hit him back 40 feet.
Yes. She hit him a
So
hit him
lot.
another
every
40
turn.
feet. Okay. He is not interested in dealing with you at the moment. He is actually going to turn around.
She's hit him so much that it would be even obvious to a dude at a bar that she's hitting him.
If you obviously even to Hera.
It's not easy to tell all the time.
Throwing things are not
seven's
his
not enough.
best his best strength, and I mean honestly they're not bad. Yeah, he is going to turn to the group of you. And he is going to chuck a magma ball one more time at Passion because she's annoying. And
I have a
then
question,
use his
Kat.
movement to back up towards where the mirror thing
Is that a
Yes.
spell or is that a ability?
It is an action.
Damn.
It's an attack.
Cool.
He does have disadvantage though now because he is at further range than he would like to be. Whew, right over your head. Completely, utterly misses. He rolled a one.
Toby! Airball.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the deck, boom, it hits one of us.
No, it just goes straight over your guys' heads. That was his turn. Cyberus, what would you like to do?
The Gug that I dominated before, did it ever attack that guy?
Oh,
I think it got shredded.
No, it survived. Cat specifically said that it
yeah,
survived.
that
It
one
was-
survayed.
Yeah, because I would have been on the group that had.
Okay, I'm gonna say to make our lives easier, he can go on your turn.
Okay.
So you can. You don't have to spend anything to tell him to do that. He'll just do it.
Yeah, the previous command will stand until
Yeah.
the thing kills
So
him.
if you would like to
probably.
go ahead and take your action, he'll do it right after you.
Okay, so Lava Man is far away now. He ran off.
Yeah, he's now 40 feet away.
Where is Mothra? Is that flying off the side?
That thing is right, yeah, flying at the front of the ship, basically right in
What's in
front
the
of where
front?
you guys are.
Is it within 40 feet?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm within 30 feet of allies, right? I know Demona and
Oh, yeah.
Passion and Scotty. Okay, first I'm going to use Empowering Shout to give them all advantage on their all saving throws until the end of their next turn.
Nice.
And he just yells out, "Meat's back on the menu."
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my full 40 flying movement speed to rush Mothra and attack it
Okay, go for
with
it.
my burst jets. And if I hit, then I can knock it prone.
Maybe.
If it fails.
Okay.
All right, so here's my attack. I hope I hit. I don't think I get 2, unfortunately. Oh, speaking of 2, guess what I rolled?
20?
Nope.
12?
Nope, the other one.
I'm going to assume
22.
it's a 2.
It was a 2, but
Mhm.
it's a 14 total.
That still hits.
It does.
Oh my god.
It's a big ass fucking Mongra
Okay, well,
armor.
I'm definitely
It's
putting
just
Saege
fuzzy.
get hit
red
pretty
strike
well.
into this.
She's very
Ooh,
fuzzy.
low numbers.
Oh, no. I'm just remembering the last time they got into a big fight with her, and she definitely got like stabbed straight through.
That is 22 damage,
Okay.
and it has to make a strength save or be knocked prone.
Okay.
And
What's
the
the
save is
saving throw?
18. 18.
All right. It's going to use a legendary resistance.
That's good. That's good for it because it's flying right now, and if
Yep.
it was prone, it would have problems.
Yep. So it's just not going to bother with that. So
That's all I'm doing.
okay.
Hopefully, I'm still on the ship.
The Gug is going to run screaming at the, at the Cherufe, at the Scorpion King, and take a swing.
Good luck.
Yeah. Oh, he gets 2 attacks.
Cool. One for each of his huge arms.
Did you give him an advantage in a saving throw?
1 hit.
Oh yeah, I guess I would.
You can if you want, yeah.
Yeah, he's my ally
For now.
by my command.
So he runs up with this random club that he has and just thwacks the Cherufe in the back of the leg. And the thing just turns to look at him.
Like, bitch.
I mean, he hit. Doesn't seem to have done a whole ton of damage, but he definitely hit. So I believe that's your turns, yeah?
Yep.
What does Gruk want to do?
At this point, I'm willing to circumvent the bonus action. And I fly down, turn back to normal. How far away is Mothra?
Mothra is only about 20 feet away from you.
Excellent. I need a strength saving throw as I point the staff at it. And expend 5 charges. Is it 5 charges? Yes, it is.
I hold my arms up so you could like aim between them.
What's the DC?
19.
It's
Use
gonna
it.
send
Use that
another
legendary.
resistance.
Use that legendary. Yeah! Okay, so I tried to use telekinesis, but it didn't work.
Ooh.
But I did that on purpose to spend one of
Yeah.
its things.
That's what it's there for, yeah.
And that's my turn. As I'm like
All right.
maybe like 10 feet in front of Demona, like at 11 o'clock angle.
Holy shit. Sirenscape just went hard.
What?
Mine
Really?
didn't
Fucking,
work.
like-
Mine needs to update or something.
Yeah, because I'm not hearing anything.
My version is old, I guess.
Sirenscape never worked for me. I'm
Same.
kind of listening to initial D music, which you may be able to see.
Do you remember
sometimes.
The Jumanji movie? The like soundtrack when the drums get really intense?
Oh, the drums.
That's what it just
yeah.
sounded like for me.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna restart it so those of you might be able to actually hear it. That was Gruk. And actually, at that point, the No, it'll hold it. It's not there yet. Is the thing gone yet? Oh no, it has. Okay. Mothra has a legendary action that she can use.
Come on, Serpent, hit me and hit me.
But it can't.
Yeah.
But can it hit Cyberus?
Probably not.
His AC isn't huge.
You just want him to hit you.
Yes, he definitely does. Mothra's gonna try because she's annoyed. She can't hit this bitch.
I just noticed.
in the
I just
dice
noticed your
tray.
name in Zoom, Cyberus, Flying Dogma. Coming to theaters this
Okay,
December.
okay. 22 to hit.
It hits me,
Okay.
Excuse me.
but I will get a counterattack reaction,
It's 5 damage.
and that's halved because it's corrupted.
Yes.
Hey,
So
hey,
two.
Cyberus, how would you like the code name Soaring Wonari?
That's a good code name.
You are earning this right now.
My counterattack is a 28, and it does 11 damage.
11 damage, you said.
Yep.
Okay.
So the giant
So-
cleaver, turning it into a moth steak. That's the meat I was talking about earlier.
So you carve off a piece of this thing's like the side of its face where it had been trying to bite you. Carve off the side of the cheek, and where that red exposed muscle is, you see this squirming of the muscle underneath as a new tentacle sprouts from where it was cut. And it now
Maybe-
has 5 tentacles.
Maybe you can take a lesson from my tentacle on how to use one. But also, that's
Alright.
frightening and dangerous.
Onyx, what would you like to do? You are faced with a mirror thing that just reflected a minuscule amount of your own damage back at you. And the Scorpion King has now come to this thing's aid.
How
What do you
fucked
wanna
up does the mirror look?
The mirror does not look great.
Well-
They're about evenly matched, actually, on how fucked up they are.
Is the Scorpion King also within range of me?
Yeah, because your movement is ridiculous, right?
I have like 55 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. First, I'm gonna go after the mirror and rip it apart. First one is a. Gee, that's a 29 to hit.
All right. That hits.
$12 damage
Okay.
for the first hit. Second attack, or is it already dead?
It's still standing.
Okay.
Or floating, rather.
Oh, I'm recklessly attacking, by the way. Just
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 27
Yeah, that hits.
and 10 damage.
All right. It is still up.
Fucking they're flurrying this bitch. Another 27,
Yeah, that hits.
another 10 damage.
Still up at the moment.
All right, last attack. That's a nat 20. And oh wait, there are only. We do it differently, right?
Yeah,
we,
so
the-
nat 20s
yeah.
is you roll again, and then if you confirm it, you
Mm.
can roll twice.
Isn't it that the base is maxed and then I roll one extra, or however extra
Yeah,
I
so
would get?
whatever you get on your next on your d20, if it's 11 or higher, you do max damage and you roll again.
Yeah, okay, that's a 29 again, and so that is That's actually 19 and another 9 damage because I forgot to put my rage damage for total.
How do you want to do this?
Okay, so Onyx, basically, we're just condensing all of those attacks into 1 or 2, I guess. And she just pushes both of her hands into the squishy thing and just rips it apart.
So, yeah, you sort of rend it apart, and in this, the remnants of this mess of tentacles and shards of glass and floating eyes, you see the remains of people, of like humanoid skulls and bones and hands.
Yeah, Onyx, in her rage, barely registers that, and then turns to the Scorpion King and runs at him.
Okay.
Would you grab one
I'm
of the
effectively
skulls like it's a bowling ball and like fingers an eye socket and just rip it out? Oh.
She's effectively now in melee range with the Scorpion King in case he tries anything.
Oh, he's
It's
delighted
relevant.
to hear this, I'm sure.
Oh, don't worry. He won't be for long, Hera.
Fun fact, that thing at the end of your damage was at -1 hit point. You killed him by 2 hit points more than he had.
Oh, Passion. Let him stay in melee range with Onyx because Onyx has Sentinel. So if he decides to turn his attention to anyone else, Onyx gets to attack him when he moves away or when he attacks someone else.
Is Onyx yelling this to Passion in the middle of combat?
No, I just imagine Onyx.
Passion's gonna keep
knows...
firing on him, though.
No, but you can decide not to push him away. That's what I mean.
But are you going to?
I didn't say. I don't know. I'm having.
I imagine
Hera. I'm having quite a bit of
Passion
fun.
knows- I
I'm having
imagine
quite a bit of
Onyx-
fun trying to yeet him off of the fucking ship at this point.
I imagine although that Passion knows how Onyx fights. So
He has to be running close to. He has to be getting close to the edge at this point.
So like he was at least where they were, this thing had just come out of one of the doors. He's sort of towards the center. Like if you tried to get to the side, you might be able to knock him off, but you'd have to get a lot closer. Because going straight back, he'd be going back against the wall.
Oh, now that I'm actually seeing the picture of
that's it.
Mothra, I kind of want to keep it.
That said, it is Passion's turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I mean, I have flying speed, so I'll just kind of fly to the side.
What book is this from, might I ask?
Tomb of Beasts 2.
That's what I thought.
I'm gonna fly to the like, you know, to the side, one of the sides, so I can start pushing him.
Okay.
And I'll take 4 shots at him again with Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
I'm sorry, Hera. I want to yeet someone off of. I want to push something off to someone off of something very, very high. So that 2 hits, and a crit and another hit. So I'll roll for the confirm. So is it the rod number we roll on a d20, or is it the number plus our modifier?
The roll number. So if
15.
you roll an 11 or higher, you roll damage as well.
I got 15.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So so with that one, when we do that, it's maxed. The original damage is maxed plus the
Correct. Plus whatever your
okay. That's easy
normal
to do.
damage would be.
Shit. I also forgot that I had brutal critical.
Whoops.
I get.
All right, so he takes
Super dead.
But yeah, it's super dead.
He takes 69 damage
He is not looking great.
and gets yeeted back 40 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Hera, but I need to try and yeet him.
I didn't get to use my Sentinel feat once so fucking far.
Demona, it
He
is
should
your
have dropped
turn.
with us.
The
I did
Mothra
drop
thing.
with you.
No, you didn't. You dropped somewhere else.
Yeah, it was at the other side of the
Yeah,
ship.
you dropped at the complete other
Yeah,
side
but-
of us.
I mean, that's more useful than fucking standing there and waiting for the fucking
Anyway.
thing to come into melee while it's getting pushed away twice its fucking movement every turn.
Not twice its movement, it's movement. Demona, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
So you first gave me a target that would take less damage from my fire attacks.
Mhm.
And then you put a giant moth in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Immolation, please.
Okay. What is that?
Burn it
Dex
with
save?
fire.
I want to say, Orb of Fire, just roll it off and it's gonna fly out.
It's dex save or a lot of fire damage. Well, it still takes a lot of fire damage, but
Yeah, it's a deck save, and regardless, it's fire damage. But
something really fun happens if it knocks it to 0.
Okay, well that looks like it's cocked, so I'm gonna say that it was the lower number and it's gonna use its last legendary save.
okay,
Because it really does not want to be immolated.
Why not?
And
Fun.
it
Fun
still
for the
takes
whole
half.
family.
Yeah.
Demona would like it.
So go ahead and do your damage.
Okay, that's 8d6. Give me just a moment to add the additional d6 from my new Retroverse dice. Yes, I'm plugging those again. Shut up. Just a moment for calculation. So total of 29 fire damage plus my intellect modifier. So
Okay, so-
34 damage? Yes, 34
So
damage.
Is
Huh?
your intelligence modifier.
Yes.
All right, so. Yeah, it is immersed in flames. It is able to rapidly, flapping its wings, sort of funnel some of that flames away. But it is still heavily burned. And you can see where it's taken those biggest burns sort of toward the back of the neck where the wings couldn't really get the flames away fast enough. You see sprouting another one of those tentacles. This one is charred and blackened.
I think I may need to move to the opposite side of the mast from it. Just kind of shimmy to the other side.
Okay.
But that's my turn.
All right. On its turn, it is very annoyed with all of you.
And it's
Good.
I can need to roll
it's
concentration for those
still
blades.
willingly looking within range of sight of the elemental. But it
I
passed,
thought we said
so
that,
it's fine.
um,
Yeah, it passed.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it is going to use Wings of Primal Tender,
Attendees.
where it sort of actually this wouldn't catch Onyx in it. It flies up about teleports up about
Teleports.
yes, teleports.
Mm.
There is a swirl of the wings that are flapping, sort of create this swirl of colors, and it appears 30 feet above all of the group of you guys at the head of the ship.
I moved, so I'm out of this then. I flew off to the side of the ship to blast him towards the other side of the ship.
It is a 60-foot radius, though, so you should still be in it, I believe.
Probably, depending
This
on
would be a
how you
cool
Um,
time to have counterspell.
The
For me.
shimmering
This isn't
wings.
a spell. This isn't a spell, I assume,
It's
right?
not.
Kat?
No.
Yeah.
The shimmering wings slap violently before exploding in a rainbow-colored cloud of dust. Every creature caught in the dust needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, cool. We get advantage if quiz my yell. Don't
Yeah.
forget.
You
Onyx
do,
is-
yeah.
Onyx is not caught in
Onyx
that.
is not in it.
And also I get advantage against corruption.
Oh no.
Hera, I would be because my movement speed is 40.
21.
That is pass.
I don't know if you all heard Callie there. I went, oh no, and she's like, oh no.
I got a 17.
Very good.
Okay.
Well, the corruption elemental got a 6, but Gruk got 24.
God fucking damn all of you. Y'all suck.
Druid.
You gave us
Clearly we
less.
don't.
I know. The corruption
Lucky.
elemental immediately drops to the ground, unmoving.
I am
Um,
fucking glad I passed that fucking hell.
Any creature caught in the cloud who fails a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw is reduced to 0 hit points.
It gets knocked prone? Oh no, it gets knocked to 0. Okay, it phases out. It's just gone. Okay. I see how it is.
That's
Scotty?
Mothra's turn.
DC 6 to just fucking kill someone.
Well, it knocks them to 0. There is a difference.
Unconscious. They're at 0. They're not dead, but it's a summoned creature, so it's gone.
What about the
I mean,
Raven?
yeah, but I mean, if you do that to a party, nobody saves you all dead.
I'm no longer a Raven.
Is what I mean.
No,
Yeah, the
the
Raven
Raven
was
on my
captured.
shoulder.
That's fucking
That was
ridiculous.
me.
The Raven was Gruk,
Oh, okay.
wild shaped.
Shit,
They
I
might
so
just
sorry.
capture you
Like
in
when we were on the
jail heist.
That was specifically for when we were on the helicopter, so that way I didn't take up another seat.
Yeah, I thought it was for something else entirely. I apologize.
Oh, now that I think about it, you have 2 tiny crow-sized feet that are glowing, like marks glowing on your shoulder.
The
Neat.
Cherufe, however, it is his turn. And he is in melee with Onyx. And Onyx used Reckless Attack.
No, he isn't. He's 40 feet away from Onyx.
Yeah.
He will use his movement to move 40 feet to Onyx and actually use some fucking melee shit for once.
Where are the
reactionary
blades at this point?
telekinesis it 60 feet away. I'm kidding,
No.
I'm kidding. Nah, you can't touch me.
That is a 22 to hit Onyx.
Yep.
I'm just gonna do
Everything
all of
above
his attacks at
17,
once to make life
every-
easier.
Everything above 17 hits Onyx.
Okay.
Onyx has no fucking AC. None whatsoever.
All right, so that's a nat 20 on one of them,
Sure.
which is double and max. Or roll again. Yeah, so 4 attacks hit. Give me a second while I do some math.
Mm-hmm.
Rip. Oh, now I hear the drums. Someone get that guy off the drums. Just up in the top part of the deck.
Yeah. So, Onyx, this thing sort of runs at you and slams you with all 4 of its fists repeatedly, one after the other after the other. And that is a total of 110 damage.
Before
So-
or after my
This is
resistance?
before, so having it, it's all the same bludgeoning damage, so it would be 55.
55.
We should recruit one of these guys and give him some weapons.
That is his
No.
turn. Cyberus, it is your turn. Mothra is flying 60 feet above where you did I say 60 or 30?
He's
You
at
said
30.
30 feet above where you are. And has just dropped this glittering dust that immediately dropped Gruk's elemental. What do you want to do?
At this point, how far the ship has passed all the way through the blades at this point, I assume?
Yeah, the blades are well
They're done.
behind
Okay.
you.
Then I don't have to worry about that.
Quick question.
Mhm.
The dust that it dropped,
Mhm.
would that not be affected by the air currents, considering we're on the top deck of an airship?
It's a magical
Don't
effect.
put too much thought
And
into it.
basically once it falls and hits, it is gone.
Okay, I ask because there's an actual spell that I was contemplating for just a few moments that was effectively the same thing. So, okay.
Is it that flaming cloud?
Incendiary cloud, yes.
Right.
I was gonna white phosphorus the bitch, but not anymore.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use my burst jets against it again. I'm gonna fly up to it and try to hit it and knock it prone.
All right.
Take it down out of the sky.
I believe I said it used its last legendary resistance, so yeah.
I agree that I heard you say that. I rolled above a 1, so I hit it. Oh, and I gotta roll damage now. I'm using frag strike again. 19 damage,
Okay.
and it has to make a DC strength of 18. DC 18 strength or be knocked prone.
So it is knocked prone. It is above the deck, so it does land on the deck. and takes an additional 15 damage because.
Can
it
I
fell
write it
30
down like
feet.
on its chest?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. That's it.
And it is now prone on the deck. And you did
19.
where it lands, you see another, where it sort of landed on its back, another new tentacle now squirms out.
Then I'm gonna yell out, "Get him!"
Cool.
Gruk now being true neutral is like, okay.
The Gug sort of looks between the Scorpion King and back to you. And
No,
continues to
Yeah.
hit him.
This was just like a
or
general get him.
attempt it.
Come on, little buddy, you can do it.
He actually hit with one of his attacks
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Bother him.
for a minuscule amount of damage.
The big guy, you need to like make one of his attacks on this thing just to go.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Yeah,
donkey
just
kick
yeet
the
him
thing
off.
off the side of
This
the
is like
ship.
You'll just be like, welcome
child.
to the hydraulic press channel.
Basically. So if that's your turn, Cyberus, I believe Gruk is up next.
Yeah, that's it.
Where this thing crashed on the deck, since we're doing Theater of the Mind,
Mhm.
if I casted Sunbeam, which is a 60-foot beam, would I be able to hit both it and the four-legged guy?
No, they're on like literal opposite sides of the ship almost.
Okay, I still beam it though, so it needs a con save.
Okay. Do note though,
I would beam it and try to. If I can't
Cyberus-
avoid anyone, then I won't do this.
because I think Cyberus would still be on it. Because
It's
you
huge,
used
though,
your
right?
movement to get up to it.
It's
It is
huge and it's a 5-foot radius, so it's not.
Oh, it's a 5-foot radius.
It's a
Oh,
beam.
yeah, it's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no way I cover the whole
Yeah.
thing. Not yet. Someday.
I think I was thinking like Holy Flame. Flame Strike. So yeah, go ahead. It needs a what save?
A con save. DC 19.
I'm not
Okay.
sure you could do anything to Cyberus that with a con save that would affect him in any way.
Fuck off. 14!
14? Okay, let me roll my d8s. I'll use the online dice roller for it. Because I don't have enough d8s on me currently. I could get more, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I've been using a dice roller all night because I don't feel like doing all the different ones for all these guys.
Okay, 35 radiant damage.
At least for damage. All right.
35 radiant damage, and it is blinded.
All right.
For the
Oh, it's
duration, a
blinded.
mode of brilliant radiance shines from my hand. So I'm just kind of like doing a one-hand command made at it, I guess.
Okay. All right. So I
Bonus-
believe that's Gruk's turn.
I was going to bonus action do
Unless
something with the
anything else-
elemental, but I look over and there's just this fizzled piece of corruption. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh, okay.
Onyx, what would you like to do? There is a very pissed off Scorpion King right in front of you, and one little Grug that just keeps trying to punch him in the ass.
Hear him slap a cheek.
Goes to slap the cheek.
This
Onyx
is so
just,
pathetic
like-
too, because this guy is made of like obsidian, and he's just cracking it with a club.
Onyx just like brushes the blood that probably like comes off her cheek and just brushes it off like, not bad, my turn. And I activate another one of her magical tattoos. And I'm gonna say in one what that is. As she goes for another punch. Again,
Okay.
reckless attacks. Ooh, that's an 28,
Yeah, that hits.
right? And
The
as
DC
she
was
punches
19.
first.
Right?
Yeah, its AC is 19.
Okay.
AC.
So she punches first, and basically like you can see like the impact of the punch, and a moment later, a bunch of like shards from her tattoo from the magnetodon, basically the horn, it just comes out off of her arm and forms actual like tiny razor sharp metal shards. And they just fly straight up through, like in the same line as her punch was. And Ooh, nope, wrong. And this time, I don't forget all things I add to Onyx's damage. And that. And that's 20 damage on that punch.
All right. How do you want to do
And-
this?
Oh, okay, it's already done.
It was
okay.
holding on by a thread.
Yeah, I was about to say passion.
Yeah, basically, she punches at like that. Does it have metal on itself too?
It's obsidian, so it's stone, not metal.
Onyx can also manipulate stone, so it fits too. And basically, like as the metal shreds through it, it also like just rips part of the stone out of it, and it just like lays shredded on the ground. And where's the butterfly?
It's on the other side.
Yeah, it's I'd say about 60 feet from where you are.
I mean, that's no problem.
You would see it below
how-
if it's not visible because of my
Could
sunbeam.
Could I get within 15 feet of it, or does it fly too high for that?
It's currently grounded. It got
Oh, it's
it
grounded.
it was knocked prone by
Yeah.
Cyberus and hasn't had a turn yet. So yes, you can.
Yeah, it got in trouble.
Alright.
It broke Cyberus's family vase, so Cyberus is like, you're grounded.
All right, I'm going after it. Another running at it, and the swarm of like, basically like a swarm of angry bees is like flying, following Onyx, and she basically punches again, and it is like a swarm like of razor sharp metal just cutting through it. Oh my god, I have so much luck today.
You
This
crit
metal
again?
dies today. This metal dies today. Every net 20 that I had, which were like 1, 2,
This is your third nat 20.
Yeah,
third net 20.
I think every turn you've had at least one.
I mean, she is rolling 4 attacks every turn.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, this turn only 2 actually.
You guys get
That's
multi-attack?
That's a 15. So it is confirmed, and that
I don't.
is-
Yes, you do.
It's
You're
the same
fucking
thing.
4 Eldritch Blasts. It's the same
That is
thing.
only one attack.
No,
It doesn't
it's 4
matter.
attacks.
It's the same thing effectively.
It's not an extra attack feature, which is what.
It's just a different
It's-
colored sheet on the
It
same pillow.
specifies it's 4 attacks, 4 separate attacks.
But it is not
It's
multi-attack.
not an earthy attack.
It's
Multiple
not.
attack.
And this time I don't forget my brutal critical.
Do you roll 4 times in a round? You count. Oh my god. Are you
34
roll with
damage.
advantage if you're not already? It's blind.
Yep.
It's prone. It's also
I
prone.
mean,
Roll-
reckless,
roll your
reckless
other-
attacks.
Yeah, you have advantage
Okay.
due to 2 different conditions, so it's fine.
Yeah. And since it's grounded, I am now in melee range with it, I guess, too.
So
As she runs towards it, and it's just like these metal shafts just like slice through it once, and then slice through it again as they come back and circling around Onyx.
so what was your damage?
35.
Okay.
Mix of bludgeoning and force, magical.
All right. It is not looking great.
But it's so beautiful.
It is, however, going to use one of its legendary actions because it's very annoyed to flail blindly in the direction of all of that ouch.
Is Onyx within 5 feet of Cyberus?
You can be, yeah.
I would just use my reaction to grant
Okay.
Onyx 1 AC. Plus 1 AC.
It doesn't matter. It rolled a 1.
My
It's
shield's ready. Doesn't need
flailing.
it.
It's not used to being on its back. It's blind. It's bleeding everywhere.
Is
It has
attacking
too many
someone
tentacles.
else?
Just you.
Or only Onyx?
Huh?
Is it trying to attack anyone else except Onyx?
It's flailing blindly. So, like, it doesn't know it's you necessarily. So, yeah, technically it did have advantage to hit you, but then it had disadvantage. So, either way, its roll was garbage. Both of the 2 rolls that I rolled at
I
disadvantage
mean,
were
well, because
terrible.
I have Sentinel, I get to attack it if it attacks someone that isn't me.
It was trying to hit you, but it missed. It was
I thought
just
it had-
aiming in the direction of where all
Okay.
that damage just came from. So yeah, it was trying to hit
Doesn't
you.
it
and
have like
missed.
5 attacks?
That was a legendary action what it just did.
Oh, I see. I see.
So top of the round, Passion, what would you like to do? There is a moth on its back on the ship, prone and blind.
Unfortunately for me, it being prone means I fire at it with disadvantage.
Sure does.
Not if you get within melee.
Even then, range attack still hit with
Technically, by
disadvantage.
raw, it still has it, which is kind of.
Oh, I thought. Oh, because
Yeah.
it gives it and then takes it away.
So, can it give me a dex saving throw?
Sure can.
Which would be at disadvantage, I believe, because
Yeah, I don't remember if blinded
It's
says that, but I will say it does.
I think dex
'cause-
does give it disadvantage to a dex saves. Or, one sec.
I'll say it does because that makes sense. Still got a 16, but that sounds like a failure, I think.
Actually, okay, no, so, okay, it's only, 16 still fails, because I think I have a
Okay.
19, yeah. 19's my save DC. All right, so I get my Sacred Flame attack off.
Okay. What's your damage?
I'm just rolling it right now. Where's my...
And then after Passion is Demona, if this thing is still standing.
It takes 33 points of radiant damage.
Okay. It is bleeding profusely, and where you hit it on the underbelly, you see another one of those tentacles sort of flail out. And it's going to use a legendary action to try and smack.
Onyx.
Yeah, it's still going to go for Onyx because it knows you're the closest one it can feel.
Hera, I am flying outside of its range.
I know, but it's so
He
frustrating.
punched it a bunch. I mean, Cyberus is there, but he's just standing around.
I don't mean it's frustrating because it attacks me. It's frustrating that it doesn't attack someone else.
What else is in range of it, Hera?
Cyberus is there.
It is
Is
a
he?
huge creature.
Oh, yeah, he landed on
Okay.
it.
I'll say that Cyberus is there. I'll say it's a 50-50 whether it's going to aim for him, for you, or for Cyberus.
It's a huge creature.
Okay, it is actually going for Cyberus.
Oh, there you go,
Alright.
Hera. You can punch
Um,
it now.
I'm
However,
gonna punch it.
It has disadvantage.
And Hera, you have advantage.
Give it some more tentacles, Hera.
Oh no, this is the one I miss.
Tell me what you got, because its AC is garbage.
It's advantage,
Oh.
remember?
That's a 13 to hit you, Cyberus.
I know that I have advantage.
I'm
I
afraid
rolled a nat
not.
1, and then I rolled a 2. No, wait, it's a 3. It's a 3. I have it.
You actually might be able to hit that because Cyberus hit on a
What's
2.
your total?
currently 15. 15 is my total.
That hits.
That hits.
Oh my god.
Its AC is
Going
14.
down.
It's a moth. Its protection is that it's fluffy.
Maybe we can convince it to stop fighting and join our side.
It just
I
like
need that on the
you-
T-shirt. Its protection is that it's fluffy.
You know how like each creature it says like the AC and then percentage or in parentheses they'll say what armor it is. For
Natural
that one it just
armor.
says fluffy.
Yeah.
I rolled max damage. 21 damage.
How do you want to do this?
So as the tentacle comes out to slap,
Tentacle.
Comes out to
slap
tackle.
Cyberus, Onyx basically just slashes across once with her swarm of flying things and just cuts it off.
Mhm.
And as the swarm flies into this one direction, then she just slams it down, and instead of remaining like the swarm, they
Mhm.
form up into like a ball the size of a fist, Onyx fist, like just a super dense ball, and she just it goes once completely through the creature.
Okay, yeah. You completely just impale it, and it immediately drops limp, all of the tentacles flopping to the ground. The colorful rainbow-colored wings start to slowly fade to grays and blacks. And at the moment, aside from your one surviving Gug ally, it seems like all of your enemies are alone. Or all of your enemies are dead.
All of our enemies are alone
Yeah.
now.
Well,
so this
same thing.
might push the boundaries of the spell, but could I ask the Gug who's in charge of the ship? Could I like interrogate it while it's under my control?
What does it specify? Does it
Says
just say it's under your control?
I'll
good
say,
question.
let me think about that one because we are kind of getting kind of late
It'd
here.
be equivalent to charmed, I guess.
It says you can use a bonus action to command a creature, and it will obey commands.
And
Yeah, I feel like there should be a time limit on that too.
Then-
'cause
It will
otherwise
last
just
1
like-
minute.
Okay.
Do you command it to tell you more information?
I could. I mean, if it speaks a language I understand.
Yeah, so I'll say that next time we'll get to that because I want to write down exactly what it says. And we'll close there with you guys having seemingly captured a ship of the Black Fleet, made yourselves captured a for the moment willing ally for the next 30 seconds, and see where you guys want to go from there.
Cyberus takes one of those tentacles also.
Oh yeah,
Thank
For
you.
science.
of course.
It could grow back. Maybe it could teach you
Also,
how to regenerate
has
tentacles.
It has a range of 20 feet with those things, so it's fucking massive.
Oh, I could replace my tentacle with that one.
Seems like a bit much.
It's ambiguous how De-Fraggers get their extra arms, but sometimes it can be that way.
Okay.
It's worth
so,
experimentation.
Going around, Hera, what do you have going on lately?
You can find me under @HeraHacks on Twitter, where I also post, usually, sometimes, if I remember, that I have a game there, not there, on Fractured Moon D&D, which is Vex's channel. It's a masks game called Starfall Academy, and it is every other Sunday on 12:30 p.m. EST, but not tomorrow, the next one. Where that would be. That's right. Right, Vex?
Next week, not this week. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. That's it.
Vex, you want to go next?
Yeah. So as Hera said, on my channel, you can find her game. Also on that same night, you can find mine, which is Union Academy, a Lancer-based game. Then the game after that, we'll have us for that on Thursday.
That would be December 5th.
Yeah, is Unwritten, and then on that same week is Saffron Academy on the Thursday. And that's it for me. Check that out, Fractured Moon D&D.
Yeah. So my next thing that's going to be streamed is Saltmarsh, but I'll let Scott talk about that. My next thing after that is actually edited by me, not GM'd, is Baltimore by Night. The next episode goes live on this Monday, the 29th at noon. It will be episode 26. And Mari, being Mari, went to a very awkward social situation because I love Callie's awkwardness so much. It's a delight. It's also
What did you title it?
Sari's family sucks. I think we were thinking monsters for the title episode.
Hmm.
But yeah, so check in on my channel at Crow and Chimera on YouTube for that. And hopefully we'll also soon have some new videos up from the Dishonored game that we just started. So keep an eye out for that. Scott, do you want to close this out?
Yeah, sure. So this game goes every other Friday, as most of you that watch regularly already know. Our next game will be December 3rd, if everyone's available. And the next game on this channel, this Twitch channel, will be Ghost of Saltmarsh, as our Gridmaster had mentioned before. And that will be at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, Saturday night, November 27th, Eastern Standard Time. and the group has a vampire to deal with, and we'll see how they deal with it, because they've spent the last few sessions talking about how they'll deal with it, and then
And fucking Katie ran in to go talk to it.
yeah, I was about to say, and Katie decided to take the initiative and actually do something instead of just talking about doing something.
We had a plan. We were going to do something, and she's like, "I'm gonna do it before you." Yeah.
Sounds like you took too long.
I mean, yeah, fair.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be
so-
tomorrow night. Also, Chaos Crew will not be tomorrow because in America we're having a Thanksgiving stuff, and our DM is busy with family stuff, so no Chaos Crew this week. Besides that, I do art commissions. Follow me on Twitter, and you can send me DMs there, and we can see what I can do for you.
And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye. Watch out for giant moths with
Bye.
tentacles. Bye.
Or look for those
for
if you
them.
want.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool, yeah.